are malnourished. So nutrition has really helped the people to overcome lot of situations, and that is the thing which is actually the main thing which is there in today's time, because we are not able to cope with any kind of situation if we are malnourished. So one of the major hot topic or hot problem which India is facing in current scenario is lack of immunity, lack of nutrition, that is the malnutrition in the rural population, as well as metabolic disorders like obesity or diabetes. These are the hot areas where we are also facing problem because of you can say overnutrition, or because of not taking the correct choice of food. So, if you really want to be a winner in life, I would say that if you develop awareness about what is going to be the right choice of foods you are taking, the kind of food habits you are making, and the kind of lifestyle diseases you are doing, that will take you like a long term. If you are making slight changes in your lifestyle, you can go in a long run to have a healthy body, a fit body. A healthy body always resides a healthy mind and a healthy soul. So if you are really fit from your body point of view, then only you will be able to cope with all the tough situations, which are challenging situations which you are going to face in life, whether at the student level or in the school level or even in the adult stage. Whatever challenges we are facing these days, the hectic schedules we have, the deadlines we have, the academic performances we have, everything, you can say the baseline of having a happy and a successful life would be to have a healthy body. Once if we have a healthy nutrition, a good body, then definitely we will be able to cope with all the situations which the life is throwing upon us, whatever challenges we are able to see. So to start with, you will be a winner if you have a healthy body. That is the baseline actually. So you'll not have to fight on the body nutrition level, and you can focus on your opportunities, you can focus on your profession, you can focus on your studies, you can focus on all other activities of life if you are eating correctly. So main problem in these days is not able to choose the food wisely. We all know what to eat and what not to eat, but sometimes what happens is because of the marketing or because of the ads or something, we get carried away, or we have some lack of information about the foods, what kind of foods we should be choosing, or what kind of food timings we should have. Sometimes it so happens that we have very irregular meal timings, or we have a very sedentary life. We are not able to go for any physical activity. Like most of the people, they faced a lot of problem in this COVID situation because they were not able to go for any physical exercise. They were restricted to their homes, and again we had a lot of work from home activities. So during that time also, we were just not able to have a proper fit body because of lack of any physical exercise. So that is very, very important when you come for a healthy diet to have or to achieve a healthy body. The first thing is we should know what should be our diet choices, what should be our food habits, and how much quantity we should be taking, what should be the meal timings for us. And we should also look at our lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle we are living? Are we just sitting all day? Are we not being active? That's a problem with the media actually, with the technology, with the social media. That is one of the very big concern in most of the healthcare industries, is people nowadays are just not able to get up from their seats. They are just sitting and developing obesity, and leading to a variety of cardiovascular diseases, variety of metabolic diseases, diabetes, hypertension. They're just sitting with the social media, or they're just sitting with the laptops, and they are just not able to come out of that habit of a sedentary lifestyle. So I would recommend that if you want a fit body, the first thing which you will keep in mind is you will look at the correct food choices. What kind of foods we are taking, what kind of foods we are getting exposed to. If you are able to choose wisely, if you are having a food wisdom, you can say food wisdom. If you are having a food wisdom about what kind of foods you should be choosing, what kind of foods you should be having, at least 50% of your problem with the body will be solved if you are choosing the correct foods. The second thing which you should take in control is your lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle you are leading, whether you are being active throughout the day, or whether you are just sitting more of sitting hours in the day, what time you are getting up, and what kind of exercises you are proving your body to. So fitness is your second aspect. First thing is food choices, correct food choices. Second thing is the fitness aspect. And third thing is the stress management. We all know that at each level these days, we are facing stress. Even the school going children also during pandemic times, they were deprived of the school, they were deprived of the school activities, they were deprived of meeting with their friends or playing in the playground, and they were exposed to the digital classes. So they also develop lot of stress. Like the recent survey, it says that almost 60% of children during the COVID time, they led to stress related issues, headaches, okay, eye problems, and also obesity, because they were not able to move about. So once the situation improves, when we hope that when we all get vaccinated, we have access to the playgrounds. Just go and hit the playgrounds or hit the gym or any kind of physical activity which you can. So you can say, if you improve your food choices, if you improve your lifestyle, and if you focus on how to deal with stress, there are very small activities or small techniques which can help you deal with your stress. Don't let that stress come over your body, over your metabolism, okay, over your lifestyle, over your mental health also. Nowadays we see so many children, they are also committing a lot of suicides because of the stress they are undergoing, whether it is the exam performance or whether it is any other issue. So try to do some activity which will relieve you from the mental health conditions, which will relieve you from the stress. Some small breathing exercises in the mornings, or some kind of creative hobbies which you can have, like the things which you enjoy, any kind of activity which you enjoy doing throughout the day. Just take out some half an hour from your routine and choose some activity which you thoroughly enjoy. Okay, that will really relieve your stress. Something as simple as coloring or painting, anything which relieves your stress will take you a long way in preventing variety of diseases which you may overcome in your middle age. So if you just want to come out from the metabolic diseases problem, the three things which major things which you'll keep in mind will be: first thing is you will choose wisely whatever the food you are consuming. Try to choose the food wisely. And second thing, you will take care of your lifestyle, how active you are throughout the day, what is your movement throughout the day. Nowadays we have a lot of gadgets which can control our movement. We have like watches which will take care of how many steps you have traveled throughout the day. Those are called as speedometers. So you can just wear a speedometer, a wristband, and say like how many steps you are doing throughout the day, how active you are, how many calories you are able to burn just by walking, or just by doing some swimming, or whatever activity which you enjoy, which you are having access to. And the third thing is take care of your stress levels, because a variety of hormones are released if you do not overcome your stress. Okay, if you let that stress rule you, it will really release a variety of hormones which will cause a lot of metabolic problem in your later lives. Okay, so you will get a lot of diseases, lot of disorders, especially in females, you can get the hormonal disorders, the menstrual problems, PCOD. All these are coming up because we are not able to deal with the stress. So if you keep these three things in mind about the three areas which will really help you with a good nutrition is choosing a food wisely, making correct choices of food, improving your lifestyle, trying to be more active throughout the day. It's not that in the morning, if you have exercise, you can sit all day watching movies or in the classes. Try to have little break of activity throughout the day. Try to be active in the entire day. Okay, that will help you in a long run. It will really help you to come out of the situation of sedentary lifestyle. And the third thing which you will take care of is the stress management. You'll try to improve, or you will try to include some good activities in your routine, some creativity or some hobby or something which you're passionate about. Try to include that in your routine and you'll really see wonders. So do some yoga or do some small breathing exercises or pranayam or something like that, which relieves you of stress. So once if you are released of the stress management, then really you can take care of your body very, very well. So these are the three main areas which I wanted to focus when we were talking about nutrition. So I would like to present my PPT. If I can share the screen. I request the host, ma'am. Can you allow me to
Yes,
share the screen?
you, we will try, ma'am.
Okay, you, if you can just give me the permission to share, I think it will be fine. Okay, so meanwhile, I would like to define what is nutrition. This is one of the very hot topics. Suppose if you are pursuing a career in nutrition, or if you are just really interested in nutrition, what is nutrition actually? It is a science which helps you to know about the metabolism, the physiological aspect, the digestion, the assimilation of whatever food you are taking. So, whatever you're consuming, how it is helping you in your body, the entire aspects of food, digestion, assimilation, and physiological aspects together are in a branch of science that is nutrition. So when you come to nutrition, actually, if you are able to have a expertise in all these areas, like what kind of food you are taking, how it is getting digested, what are the enzymes involved in the digestion process, how it is getting absorbed by your body, how you are going for the assimilation part, and how it is helping you in the various metabolic aspects. Together, if you're having expertise in all these aspects, then you can call yourself a nutritionist. So nutritionist mainly deals with all the mechanisms of whatever food you're taking, whatever food you are trying to digest, assimilate, and also look at the cellular level, even at the cellular molecular mechanism of nutrition, how you are able to cope with the different enzymes involved in the nutrition. All these aspects together will help you to make a nutritionist. So once you become a nutritionist, so depending upon the metabolic state of the person or depending upon the kind of diseases a person is facing with, you can really apply this knowledge of nutrition into treatment of that person, and then you can come up with the different types of dietary guidelines or diet plans or treatments, what kind of foods will help the person in coming up with the treatment. So all these aspects together, when you are covering for the treatment of a patient, then you are calling yourself a nutritionist. So there is a slight difference actually when you come for nutritionist and a dietitian. So whatever the study or whatever the research which is being done by the nutritionist, if it has to be carried out to the persons who are suffering with the diseases or to the persons who simply want to get fit, then you will call that as the dietitian, or the person you will call as the dietitian, and the branch of science you will call as dietetics. So dietetics mainly will depend on the nutritionist to know about the entire aspects of the body, what kind of food the persons are taking, how they are able to digest, assimilate, okay, absorb that food, and come up with the physiological and metabolic aspects. Those together you will call as the dietetics, and the person who will help the patients in dealing with these issues, you will call them as dietitian. So these are actually the two core branches or the main branches of nutrition. So depending upon what are the aspects or what are the things, we can again go for many branches of specialization. Okay, we can go for different branches of specialization of nutrition. We can go for suppose if you are interested in clinical aspect, you can go for clinical nutrition, or you can go for applied aspects. You can go for the new kind of foods which are being prepared. You can go for the applied nutrition. You can go for the senior citizen nutrition. You will call it as geriatric nutrition. Or if you are just focusing on a child, then you will call it as pediatric nutrition. So depending upon what branch you're going to take up, you will have different specializations in nutrition. So that is, I think already I have told you a little about the in our career orientation tab. I have told you about what all other institutes which are offering the courses, what all other job aspects of nutrition, how you can go for the different internships and all those things.
Ma'am, you can directly start your slides, ma'am. You can show your slides. You are co-host now.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, there's a lot of. Can I erase this somehow? I'm unable to erase it. Ma'am, can you help me with this? Like they have scribbled on my slides.
Yeah, I'll ask ma'am. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Hmm.
Where is scribbling on the screen? Amma, don't scribble on the screen, ma.
Who is doing that? I don't know. Shall I share again, ma'am? Shall I stop and share again? Yes, I think you are able to see my slides now, all of you.
We can see, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Ma, nobody should scribble on the screen, ma.
Oh,
Again started.
don't scribble on screen, all of you.
Please don't do that. It
Oh
will be
my God.
inconvenient.
Who is scribbling on that? Again started, ma'am. I'll do it again. Please don't scribble on the screen, all of you. So I was talking about the different branches of nutrition, that is nutrition and dietetics. So as I told you, nutrition is a science that will investigate the metabolic and physiological responses of the body to food and diet, and role of nutrition in the body. Somebody is scribbling a lot on this. I'm just not able to look at my slide. Please don't scribble on the slides. It's a disturbance to the speaker. So I was telling you about nutrition and the difference between the nutrition and dietetics. So as I told you, nutrition is science that investigates the metabolic and physiological responses of the body to food and diet.
Ma'am, the stop annotations are also, ma'am. You can see that.
Stop annotations, huh?
Once you check, ma'am.
Okay. Where can I find this stop annotation? I can't find that, ma'am. Annotation stop.
More options you check, ma'am.
More. Disable participants annotation. Okay. I think now it will be. I'll share it again and see. Okay, so disable participants annotation. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, nutrition is the science that investigates the metabolic and physiological responses of body to food and diet and the role of nutrients in cause, treatment, and prevention of disease. So, any person who advises on these matters will have a great impact on your health and they'll be termed as nutritionists. Then coming to dietetics, it is the branch of science which deals with applying the principles of nutrition, as I told you earlier. So whatever information a nutritionist is providing, that is taken forward by the dietitians. So they'll depend on the nutritionist to know the entire research, entire information about the nutrients, the role of nutrients, and then they'll take it forward. So they'll help it in, you can say a dietitian is an expert in human nutrition and regulation of diet. So a dietitian alters their patient's nutrition based on the metabolic condition, whatever the diseases they are suffering from, and the individual needs of the person. Suppose if you are talking about any athlete, you will see that the athlete will have more of needs, okay, more of needs for more of muscle power, more of proteins. So depending upon what is a person's needs, we will be deciding the diet plans. So dietitians are regulated healthcare professionals. They are licensed to assess, diagnose, and treat the different nutritional problems. So I'll come to the core area, or what you say, the basic point is about balanced diet. Okay. So whenever you're talking about nutrition, you're talking about balanced diet. So we all know from our school age we have been studying about balanced diet. So when you look at your plate, when you're having your food, you see that almost half of your plate should be filled up with vegetables and fruits. And this is where we find very less consumption when it comes to India. When you look at the plate in India, generally we do not include more of fruits in our diet or more of vegetables. So whenever you're planning for any meal, make sure that half of your meal plan is composed of vegetables and fruits. The next one fourth will be covered by the grains. So whatever the staple food we are taking, whether it is chapati or rice or jawar or bajra, depending upon what is your region, you'll be having different kinds of grains which can be included in your diet. So mainly in South India, especially, we'll take up with rice only. So you are able to get one fourth of your plate should be consumed with the rice or whatever kind of grains. Okay, and then the next half, you can say, should be made with the protein. So here I have just stressed on plant-based diet because these days after the pandemic, there is more of promotion of plant-based diet when compared to the non-vegetarian. It's not that you cannot have it, but the researchers are mainly focusing on plant-based proteins, especially after this COVID and after this pandemic. They are finding a very special role of proteins which are coming out straight from the plants. Okay, so you can say that one fourth of your food should be composed of the protein. So you can take any kind of curry, or you can take some dairy products, or you can take some pulses, different types of variety of dals and pulses we have it in India. You can have some legumes, beans, carrots. All those will come under your plant-based proteins. Then you have other aspects which also should be covered along with your meals. So you should always prefer some calcium source. Like you can have, we generally have the habit of buttermilk. You take up a bowl of buttermilk while having your dinner or lunch, or you can have if you don't have home curd or access to home curd, you can just take some yogurt. Then you need to have little bit of fats also. So nowadays many youngsters, they are just giving up on taking fats. So I would advise against it. Whenever you're planning any diet, do not go for completely avoiding any part of your food, whether it is carbohydrates, whether it's proteins, whether it is fats, whether it is dairy products. You have to consume everything in small amounts, but don't give up on everything. You see some of the youngsters, they're just taking boiled food, not taking a pinch of oil also. Oil is very essential because lot of our vitamins are fat soluble vitamins, and if you want a good assimilation of your vitamins, you should definitely include fat in your diet, but you should have a moderate quantity of fat. You don't take too much of fat, but you take the little amount of fat, whether it is in your curries, or you put some ghee on your rotis, put some ghee in your rice, or in your curry you add little bit of oil. Like different regions of India have different kind of oils they take. Like some take coconut oil, some will go for peanut oil, some will go for soya bean. So different kinds of oils you can take, or you can take sunflower oil, safflower oil. Then in foreign countries and all, they take more of olive oil. So I would always recommend you to choose your food according to your region. What is your region? What is your genetics? Okay, what is your origin? Like whether you are a South Indian or North Indian, or you are a Rajasthani or Gujarati. What is your traditional food? The food which your ancestors have been eating. You just take those foods and modify it according to your lifestyle. How much physical activity you are doing, depending on that, you increase or decrease your food. But do not simply go for imitating the West. That is what is happening in India now. There is a lot of imitation of the Western food, the Western culture, that is very, very long. Because see, our body is tuned according to our environment, according to our climate. It is tuned to take up some particular kind of foods which you are able to digest properly. when compared with the Western countries. They have a very cold climate there. So if they take burgers or pizzas and all, they are very well able to digest and assimilate that. But when it comes to us, we are more into spices and herbs. You look at your curries, you look at your dals or sambar or whatever, you find we are having lot of spices. We are taking turmeric, we are taking chili, ginger, we are taking different kinds of cinnamon, nutmeg, black pepper, different kinds of spices. Always India has been a region of spices. We are able to take different kinds of spices, and that is helping us to keep our body in a fit, okay, in a fitness state or in a fit condition. So always go for those foods which suit your region, which suit your culture, and which suit your genetic makeup. Okay. Then the next aspect, very, very important aspect, which is really becoming a matter of concern, is vitamin B12 and vitamin D. So this vitamin B12 deficiency mostly we will see in vegetarian people, because vitamin B12 is more seen in the animal source of food. So if we go for vegetarian, we can only depend on the dairy products if you want to increase our vitamin B12. And next thing is, if you want to assimilate whatever calcium you have taken, if you want that calcium to come into your body properly, you need to have the sunshine vitamin. Very, very important, very easy to get. Only thing is, you have to be active and you have to go out in the sun, whether it is on your terrace or whether it is in your playground. Somewhere, try to spend some time, especially early morning. 7 to 11 is the time where you will have maximum benefit of the sunlight. If you just go out in the sun, you will be getting this vitamin D, and it will really do wonders to your calcium source. So nowadays what is happening is people are just not able to come out. So unfortunately, in pandemic situation, we were forced to sit indoors. But otherwise also, people are just sitting in their offices or sitting in their cars, going in the malls. They're just not coming out in the gardens or coming out on the terrace. So they're not being exposed to vitamin D. And that is leading to osteoporosis. Even in young people like 30 to 35 age group also, they are facing this problem of vitamin D deficiency. And that is leading to brittle bones. A serious matter of concern that is actually, especially in developed cities. When you come to rural areas, they are exposed, they work in the field, so they have sufficient access to vitamin D. But when you come to the urban, the more higher income, lesser vitamin D it is becoming. They are just not coming out of the cars, it's just not coming out of the races, and they are facing this vitamin D deficiency. So if your vitamin D is not under control, what happens is you will have not only osteoporosis, but this will also lead to obesity. Okay, so I'll just look at the questions at the end of my session, whoever has a doubt. So once we come to the end of my lecture, I'll take up your questions. So you have to be patient till then. So this comes to your balanced diet. So you concentrate more on half of your plate to fill up with vegetables and fruits. You take some salads or sprouts, take some fresh fruits. Then you can go for cereals. You can go for the plant-based proteins, or if you are a non-vegetarian, you can also go for that. You can go for the dairy products, the calcium sources. Look at the fats. Never neglect the fats. Fats are very important for your brain also. If you simply eat the boiled vegetables all the time, first thing which gets affected will be your brain. Next thing will be your eyes, because vitamin A is fat soluble. So what, how much of a carrot you are eating, if you are not having a regular amount of oil in the system, then that vitamin A which is there in your carrot will not reach to your cells. If it doesn't reach to your cells, your vision will be affected. So take care of the fats which you are taking. Take good fats. Good fats you will always find in the fruits and nuts, like in almonds or cashews or walnuts. You will have good amount of fats. You will have very good fats in coconut. Suppose you are South Indian, most of the menu, whatever you take, you are having more and more of, you will have more and more of coconut. You can make coconut chutney, you can use that coconut as coconut oil. You have a lot of sweets also which are being made of coconut. Even in your rice and all, you just grate the coconut and use it. So coconut is very good, especially when you talk about Ayurveda. They say that one of the richest oil which will keep your heart healthy is coconut. So if you have the practice of using coconut, especially you see in the Kerala region, Keralites, they are having very good hair, very good skin, and they don't suffer health problems. The main reason is whatever they cook in coconut oil. So coconut oil is very, very useful. It keeps your heart healthy, it keeps your skin, hair, eyes also healthy. So don't neglect the fats. Take in moderation, but don't completely avoid it. Then definitely concentrate on exposing yourself, go for a little walk in the morning or go for a gardening. Somehow you make use of the sunlight you're getting so that your vitamin D is getting activated, and that in turn will help you to take up more of calcium. Okay, so we'll look at the food pyramid. You can see here. So you have the food pyramid. This is the you can say the proportion by which you have to consume the foods, and based on that we get a food pyramid, healthy eating pyramid. So at the baseline of the pyramid, you can see you are filling up with all your cereals. So whenever you're hungry, you generally take up cereals like wheats or oats or bajra or rice. Okay, jawar, millets, different kinds of millets you can take. The next thing which you will take will be the fruits and vegetables. So this also should be, you can say, if you want to be more active, you'll have to increase the amount of foods. Then again, you will go for the dairy products. So different types of dairy products you can take. You can take yogurts or buttermilks, or you can take some lassi. You can take egg. Okay, you can take the non-veg protein part. Then you can also look at the hardcore protein part. Like if you're taking like meat or poultry, fish, you can go for the hardcore protein, and sparingly you take up the fats or oils or whatever sweets are there. Try to take the minimum, but don't completely avoid. Okay. So depending upon how much active you are, you choose. Suppose if you are a very active person, take two pastries. If you are just sitting all day in front of computer, take only half pastry. Okay, so decide how much you're moving, that much you should consume. Okay, so depending upon your physical activity, you come up with the quantity of your food. Then next, you also very important aspect which is generally forgotten by us. Suppose we are sitting in the class all day, or we are going for some lecture, or we are going out, we just forget to drink water. So water is very, very important for our body. Whatever you are eating, if you are not consuming water, it will not get digested properly. If it doesn't get digested, the nutrients also will not be absorbed, and you will face the biggest problem of constipation. So once you got constipation, a series of problems will start. You will get pimples. You will not feel hungry because your stomach is not empty. Okay, you are not able to just remove the toxins from the body, so you will not feel hungry, and your food consumption also become imbalanced. So very important is to take good amount of water. One thing I would tell you, a very important thing: always drink when thirsty and always eat when hungry. Don't do reverse. Sometimes what happens is we are very thirsty, and at that time we start eating somehow because of our timing or something. So, because of the thirst, what happens is you eat a lot. Okay, you will eat more and more. So, never do that. Whenever you got a thirst thing, go for the liquids only. Drink water. For some time, you just don't eat anything. Drink sufficient water. Wait for some time. Then start your meal. If you are in a thirst condition and you start your meal, you will eat a lot because you will not get satisfied. Your body is actually thirsty, but you're giving it food. So more and more food you will consume, and that will lead to a lot of problems. And next thing is whenever you're hungry, don't drink water. Sometimes you see some people, they are going on a very some fashionable diet where they don't want to eat anything. Whenever they feel hungry, they'll drink one glass of water and they'll come up. So what happens? Your intestines get inflamed if you drink water when you are thirsty. Sorry, when you are hungry. Whenever you are hungry, take the meal. Don't take liquids at that time. And whenever you are thirsty, take the liquid. Don't take meal. So don't do the reverse. This is a basic thing actually. Whenever you are thirsty, approach the liquids. Whenever you are hungry, start your meal. So never confuse between these two. It will lead to a lot of disorders. Okay. So this is about your healthy eating pyramid. So as I told you, so this is a generalized plan actually, depending on the serving and all. But again, depending on who the person is, what is his age, what is his gender, what is the physical activity he is doing, how many calories he is burning in the day, how much he is walking. Okay, based on that, this pyramid will need to be changed. So whatever the servings you are doing, we will just modulate that servings according to what is your physical activity. Okay, how you are moving about, how you are going for any gym. Suppose if you are an athlete, you are going for a marathon running, so that time protein you have to increase a lot, so this one will come up. Okay, fruits and vegetables and meat part also will become larger, servings will change. So depending on the person and his lifestyle, you are going to change the meals. Okay, so we'll come to what are the main molecules which are involved in balanced diet. So everybody is talking about balanced diet, and even a school child also will tell you that balanced diet mainly it is containing carbohydrates, lipids, and protein. So that is the main thing which we all are focusing upon nowadays. We're just looking at what is the balanced diet. We're looking at carbs, lipids, and proteins. But my advice to you will be, don't just look at carbs, lipids, and proteins. Look at the vitamins also in your plate. Are you having sufficient vitamins in them? Are you having sufficient fiber in them? Or are you having sufficient trace minerals like iron, selenium, okay, chromium? These small minerals, if you neglect, what happens is you will start gaining weight. Many times it so happens that you gain weight because you are malnourished. Inside your body, there is some vitamin deficiency which is leading. You think that I'm eating well, I'm eating this much rice, I'm eating this much rotis, but I'm cutting down on rotis, but I'm still gaining weight. I'm cutting down, I'm just taking this much of rice, but I'm gaining weight. So there, the problem is you are not concentrating on your micronutrients. So that is also very important. Look at carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, but also look at vitamins and trace minerals. And last but not the least, look at your water consumption also. Look at your fluids. What are the fluids you are taking? Look at the electrolytes, whether you're getting sodium, potassium, everything in a required amount. So keep taking some little bit of juices in the day, or take some buttermilk with little bit of salt, or you can add some jeera powder, some spices that will take care of your trace minerals. It will take care of your fluids also. So this is your balanced diet actually. Then if we look at specifically, if we look at the vitamins, so in our micronutrients actually, we have vitamins and trace minerals. So we look at the vitamins part. So you have a variety of vitamins, right? So we all know about these vitamins. They are very essential. In very small amount we require them. But suppose if your body is not getting that small amount also, lot of changes will be seen in your system. There will be lot of metabolic disorders. So we need vitamin A. So as I told you earlier, vitamin A, D, E, K. These four vitamins are fat soluble vitamins. So that is why fat is also important to us. We cannot just stop taking oil or taking fat. In small amount, you need to take the oil or fat because that will help you to absorb these vitamins. Otherwise, what happens is you are consuming the foods, no doubt, but it is not going to your cells. So take up vitamin A. You can find this vitamin A in a lot of you can say carrot, or you can have in many animal products also. You are having vitamin A in leafy vegetables. You are having, so it will help you in a good skin, bones, and most important for vision. Then vitamin D, as I told you, very important vitamin. This is, you can directly get it from sun. So we have inactive vitamin D. We expose to the sun and we can make it active. So try to just expose yourself to the morning sun, especially in winters. Get up early, do some little bit of yoga or exercise in the sun. You'll not feel so cold also, and you'll get your vitamin D also. During pandemic, we saw a lot of people were taking vitamin D tablets. Why? Because it has a very important role in immune system. So if you want to improve your immunity, you definitely require vitamin D. So if you want to take, you can take it from sun, as I told you. Then you can also take it from some of the fishes, like fat fish, this catfish, salmon. So these fishes are also having vitamin D. Then coming to vitamin A, this is also called as the fertility vitamin. So it is having very less amount again. but it is very essential for your skin, for your fertility also, for your hair. So you can take it from wheat germ oil or sunflower oil. Now you can also take vitamin K. So this is also called as anti-blood clotting vitamin. Especially, you don't require extra amount of vitamin K because whatever vitamin K we want, we are getting it from our healthy bacteria. So you must have heard the word probiotics. So whatever healthy bacteria which is there in your intestine, you can take up that healthy bacteria. That itself will give you vitamin K. So take some foods like curds or yogurts or some fermented foods like idli, dosa and all. They will help you to take up this vitamin K. Then coming to the water soluble vitamins, we have vitamin C and the B complex vitamins. All of these are water soluble vitamins. So vitamin C again, it is very important for your immunity. So you have seen that many people have started taking chawanprash, started taking amla juice, giloy juice. What is all that? That is vitamin C. You want to increase your vitamin C, especially for viral infections like COVID. You require good amount of vitamin C to improve your immune system. So take up any citrus fruit, anything which is sour, like amla you can take lemon, you can have some nimbu pani, something. Buttermilk also is good for vitamin C. You can take the Chyawanprash. It's having all the things which are essential for immunity. So I highly recommend Chyawanprash for everybody. If you are diabetic, you can take a sugar-free Chyawanprash also. So it will contain all the essential ingredients as per Ayurveda, which are very good for your immunity. So you can just boost your immunity by taking vitamin C. Okay, you can take something like variety of citrus fruits are available these days. So take up something. I always tell you, as per our Prime Minister Modi, the same thing. Eat local and seasonal food. Endorse this local and seasonal food. Whatever local fruits you are getting, seasonal fruits you are getting, just take those fresh fruits. Don't go for exotic foreign fruits which are being transported from miles away and reaching you. How much miles they will travel, that much of nutrition value will come down. So don't go madly behind foreign foods. Look at what is grown in India in this season, what all fresh fruits you are getting. For example, guava you can take, very good source of vitamin C. So take up such seasonal fruits and consume them. So go for local and seasonal. One thing is its nutrition will be very good. Second thing is you will also support your country, you will support your farmers, you will support your economy. So if you want to look at those aspects also, it's always advisable to go for the local as well as season. There is a reason that those fruits are produced in that particular season. So your body will get more of vitamin C, especially these fruits will improve your immune system like anything. So you can go for that vitamin C like guava, red pepper, broccoli, or as I told you, you can take amla. Very good for Indian food. Okay, you can make it like amla pickle. You can make, or you can you have that amla candy, sweet it will be. You can take that, or directly some slices of amla you can mix in your salad and take it, or you can make a juice out of it. Okay, a lot of benefits are there of amla, Indian gooseberry. Okay, you can use that. That is the richest source of vitamin C. As per Ayurveda, you call it as a golden fruit. So take up that one and consume it. Your immunity will improve. Okay. Then you also have other vitamins like B1, B2, niacin, pantothenic acid. So these are also useful, very, very useful for your hair, skin, energy levels. Okay, so you can get it from a variety of proteins and also the dairy products. Then you can look at vitamin B6. This is also found in bananas. Now, banana is also very good fruit. So suppose if you want to take care of your vitamin B6 and you want to take care of your potassium, suppose you are going for some exercise or you're going for a long walk or long run, athletes, they will generally consume banana because banana will have lot of electrolytes. It will have potassium. It will have vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 will help them to improve the muscles. It's a very good protein. So you can take banana, two banana and you do full exercise, you'll be fine. Don't get misguided that banana will lead to weight gain. It depends on the individual. Suppose if you are very active individual, you are going for exercises, banana can do wonders for you, can really help you. If you are a very sedentary person, then banana may cause little bit of weight gain. But otherwise, it is very good for you if you are really active person. Okay, so you can just consume banana. Don't go for any foreign foods like avocado and all. See, first thing is our taste buds are also not tuned to those foods. You will not like it also. So choose the foods which you have been eating in your family, in your tradition, in your ancestors, whatever during festivals you used to eat. Choose those foods only. Consume in moderate amount and be physically active. That is the best solution for your fitness. Then you can also look at the folic acid. Folic acid generally you will find in the leafy vegetables or in beans, legumes, even in some of the citrus fruits also. Then coming to vitamin B12, it is mainly dairy products. You can also take it from soya milk also. Then biotin, you will get it from tomatoes and lettuce. So you can, biotin is very essential. Suppose if you are having hair loss something, you can take biotin from the tomatoes. Increase your tomato consumption, your hair loss will be taken control of. So like that, depending upon what is your requirement, what is your physical activity, you will be able to decide about the food and the components of food. So I am specifically telling you about these vitamins. Why? Because they have a very crucial role in improving your immunity. So if you improve or if you increase the amounts of vitamin D, vitamin C, A and E, and also vitamin B6 and B12, you will be able to get a lot of immunity. So just increase your vitamin D. You can find it in milk. For example, if you take Vijaya milk, you just find it on the cover itself. It will be written it is a fortified milk. Fortified milk means it is having vitamin A and D included in that milk. So take something like that, which will take care of these two main vitamins for you. So you take a Vijaya milk, for example. I don't know, maybe other milk also may be having that. I'm just giving you an example of fortified milk. So you take the normal, whatever packet milk you're getting, Vijaya milk, just look at the cover. You will see they'll mention there vitamin D and vitamin A are there in that milk itself. So two things for your immunity will be covered with your glass of milk in the morning. Then you can go for some sunlight or you can go for some fortified rice. Nowadays, rice is also fortified with these vitamins to improve your immunity. Then elder people who are not able to go to the sunlight, who are not very active, for them definitely you will need some capsules to be given because their digestive system becomes so slow they cannot absorb from whatever food you are giving. So for those people, you will need to have vitamin D capsules. Then vitamin C, as I told you, if you want to improve your immunity against common cold, then you can definitely take vitamin C from amla, the richest source, or you can take some citrus fruits. And you can also take vitamin A, which is specially seen in carrots, spinach, and leafy vegetables. See here, vitamin A is also important for our respiratory tract health. So if you want to keep your mucus, everything, lungs, everything fine, take the respiratory tract properly, then you can take this carrots and spinach and other leafy vegetables. Then coming to vitamin E, you can find it in mainly in the cod liver oil. How vitamin E helps us in immune system is it will remove all the free radicals. Then vitamin B6 and B12 you have in a variety of proteins you can get like chickpeas or dairy products, or as I told you, just take banana or any kind of fruits and vegetables, you'll be able to get your vitamin B6 and B12. Then you also take care of these micronutrients. These are also very good for your immunity. So in our overall nutrition, because of the current time, I'm just focusing more about what are the foods which will help you in your immunity. So if you take care of the vitamins as well as these micronutrients like zinc, selenium, copper, and iron, you'll be able to get a good amount of immune function. Okay, so zinc very easily you can find it in rice. Okay, so many of the dietitians these days, they, nothing against them, but some of the people are misguided that they should completely stop eating rice. So that is really not advisable. If you are gaining weight, you can cut down on the quantity of rice. but never stop eating rice. Rice is containing a very important element, that is zinc, which is important for your immunity. So if you want to have a good digestive system, you want to have a good immunity, take amount of rice you can reduce, but do not stop eating rice. And I'm talking about the normal white rice, not even the brown rice. What we have been eating from long time, that Sona Masuri, what we have in our Hyderabad. The same thing. You can take the local rice which you are getting, you can take that rice, it will have a very good amount of zinc and that you can consume. It will take care of your immunity. Then selenium you can find in the dry fruits like almonds or walnuts. It's also very good. It will help you to remove the toxins from your body. So if you want to remove the toxins, oxidative de-stress, you can take selenium. Then for copper also is very good for your immune system. So copper you can find in a variety of whole grains. Like in millets you can find, in cereals you can find like ragi, or you take jawar, bajra, you can find copper. And then iron, we see a lot of children, a lot of females are suffering from anemia in our country. So if you want to improve on iron, the best solution I can tell you, take more of leafy vegetables in your diet. You can also increase your meat consumption, very good for iron. And you can also take dates. Like you get very good dates these days, very fresh dates. You can just take up those fresh dates and you can increase your iron content. Okay. So I'm stressing on some of the important kind of foods which we can consume to be healthy in India. Okay, so I'm only making it for the Indian audience, for the South Indian audience to be precise. Okay, so you can take traditional Indian fermented foods, very very good, like our very famous idli, dosa, vada, all that have fermented foods. So these fermented foods will have a great amount of beneficial bacteria which is very good for our intestines. It will improve our vitamin K. It will improve our immunity. It will improve our digestion. So I recommend that you always go for the traditional fermented foods. You can also go for fermented foods like if you are Gujarati and all, you will have that dhokla, khanvi, or if you are Punjabi, you will have that lassi. Those are all the Indian fermented. If you look at Indian foods, 90% you will find in the recipes there will be fermentation somewhere or other. So choose those foods which are highly fermented, that will really help you, especially in this pandemic times. Then never neglect your essential fats. So take up your nuts, walnuts or almonds, or you can take little amount of cashew and pistachios also. And also take your coconut oil. If you are attuned to the taste of coconut oil, you can start cooking in coconut oil. You can take some good amount of cow ghee, pure cow ghee you can take. Okay, it will have very good essential fats. Then you can use a variety whenever you're going for food meal planning. Always choose a variety of pulses, because each pulse actually will contain one particular amount of amino acid. So if you want a complete protein consumption, take variety of Indian pulses. Okay, keep changing your pulses. Sunday you take tur dal, next day you take urad dal, something like that. You keep changing, so that way you will have take care of all the protein consumption. Then you can take prebiotics and probiotics you can take. So these are the foods which will help in improving your intestine by having a cultured bacteria. So the best example, you can take the curd. Okay, never miss a curd in your meal. Always include curd in your diet. You can also include some of the fermented foods which are also acting like your probiotic. If you are not having access to home curd, you can take some yogurt. You can take a variety of yogurts are available in the market. You can take that. And finally, always take care of your herbs and spices, because these are consumed in less amount, no doubt, but they are very, very essential for our immunity, to improve our digestion, to improve our vision, to improve our skin problems. We can always focus on this traditional herbs and spices. So when you come to the nutritional aspect, these are the main areas which are going to focus, like the digestion. What are the mechanisms of digestion? What all enzymes are involved here? You can look at the metabolic process. You can look how the food is getting assimilated, how it is getting absorbed, and finally you can look at the excretory part also. So as I told you earlier, Depending on what branch you're focusing, you can have various specializations of nutrition. Like you can, if you are concentrating only on diseases, you can go for clinical nutrition, or if you want to train the athletes, you can go for sports nutrition. If you want to take care of the entire system, then it is called as integrative nutrition. Especially for children, you can have pediatric, you can have nutritional biochemistry, you can look at the different functional foods and nutraceuticals. Then, especially in people like who are undergoing a lot of surgeries and dialysis and various metabolic disorders, post surgery, pre surgery, what kind of foods should be given so that they have a proper recovery? So, that will come under your medical nutrition management. And finally, if you want to take care of the problems the society is facing, like for example, there is malnutrition, there is anemia. So in those cases, you can go for public health. You can make one diet plan, like our Prime Minister Modi. He started with the Fit India movement. I think all of you must have heard about it. So in that they gave different groups, age groups. They have made different age groups, and for each age group, the government has come up with a plan, like what kind of foods should be consumed, in which regions, what are the people who are facing malnutrition, how we can improve their nutrition. Especially children, you see many children are dying these days. So many children are dying because of problems of malnutrition. So you just take care of some kind of protein supplements or some kind of foods you try to make, which are given to those administered to that rural areas. Okay, so the people will be able to take up those drinks or whatever you're giving, so that the children don't die because of deficiency disorders. So that those are the branches or aspects of nutrition. Then just a minute. So depending on that, we can cover up with the different nutritional disorders. What all are the problems we are facing? We are facing malnutrition. Children are not getting proper food. They eat only one meal a day. That also they will eat only rice. They'll not eat any fruits or vegetables. So a lot of vitamin deficiency disorders we are facing. Then there are some people who don't exercise only. They're eating a lot. They're eating a lot of fats, lot of carbohydrates, heavy foods, and they are not physically active. So definitely they'll have a series of problems. So that comes under your obesity. Then because these people are not physically active, what happens is their insulin levels will change. They will develop insulin resistance. And that leads to one of the very, very serious problem of India, that is diabetes. Earlier, we never had this problem actually in our country. So I'm talking about some 20, 40 years ago, we never faced any problem of diabetes. But now, India has become the diabetic capital of world. Why? Because we are having a very sedentary lifestyle. We are taking foods which are high with sugar, high with salt, high with calories. We are taking very heavy foods and we are not able to have any physical activity. So, definitely, we are developing diabetes. The other opposite of this is anorexia. This also is becoming a big problem, especially with the girls. They don't want to eat only, they want to be thin. And for that reason, they stop eating. So, this is also a eating disorder. They eat minimum amount of food, minimum amount of vegetables, minimum calories. So, they become very weak, they become anemic, and all the digestive system fails. Lot of diseases, lot of disorders are developed in their body. So that is anorexia, eating disorder. They just don't want to eat, they are killing their hunger. Then bulimia, this is another kind of disorder, that is stress eating. You find some people are very sad, very depressed, so they start eating a lot to be happy. They'll take pizza, burger, cake, pastry, cool drink, everything, whatever is available. They'll take huge amounts of meals and they will try to deal with their depression by eating, eating and eating and eating. So excess eating disorder, that is bulimia, that is also a serious concern these days, especially in the adolescents. Okay, so if they are not happy with their relationship or with their academic performance or with the job things, what they do is they start eating to feel good. And in that process, they go on developing this disorder. So these all will lead to a variety of metabolic disorders. Sometimes we also have some problems like lactose intolerance. So people are unable to digest lactose. So you need to take care of that using different types of nutrition therapies. You'll try to come up with some method by which they are able to tolerate, able to deal with this lactose intolerance. Then last but not the least, this is a serious problem, especially during COVID time we have faced. Like as I was telling you in a survey, we saw that 60% of children developed gained weight during pandemic because they were restricted, they were not able to have access to playgrounds, they're not going to school, they're not playing around, moving about, and instead they were forced to sit with the digital classes. So we didn't have any option. I'm not against that, but that is one of the very important factor which led to obesity. And especially when you look at the ads in the TV, also the commercials, you find that they are targeted towards children. Whether it is a candy, whether it is a chocolate, a cool drink, okay, you find, or even some kind of unhealthy stuff, junk foods. The ads are made so attractive that the students, the children are getting more and more prone to eating heavy foods, high calorie foods. So when they are having high calorie foods, then that is definitely leading to childhood obesity. It's a serious problem. Why? Because see, if they are developing childhood, in the childhood only they are developing obesity, all these disorders they will definitely have when they reach their middle age. Okay, by the middle age only, their heart, their kidneys, okay, their sugar levels, everything will be a serious concern because from childhood only they are facing obesity. So this should be dealt with very seriously in current situation. So once if we get through or the life gets back to normal with the vaccine and everything, we should make sure that the childhood obesity problem is solved. So it is slowly picking up in India also. Okay. So based on the current situation of the pandemic, what I felt was I should just try to enlighten you with what are the steps you can take to improve your immunity. So, if you look at the pillars of immunity, first thing definitely is the genetic makeup. So, you find that some families are just healthy, they are just immune, they are strong because they have their genetic constitution in such a way, their ancestors, everybody was strong, they have a strong build up. So they are not so susceptible to infections. They don't get fevers quickly, they don't get infections quickly. So that is one major reason is genetic constitution. But well, we cannot do anything about it. We cannot blame our genes and sit down there, right? So the next pillar we can take care of is the kind of nutrition we are getting. Very, very important. What kind of food we are eating to improve our immunity. Focus on the foods which will give you more of vitamins, vitamin minerals, vitamin C, vitamin A, those vitamins which will enhance your immunity. So take care of the foods which you are going to consume during this time. Next thing is quality of sleep. This is also very underestimated aspect, but very important aspect, that is quality of sleep. What kind of sleep you are having? Are you having any sleep disorders? Or are you waking up very late at night? See, when you wake up very late watching a movie, you don't realize that what is happening to you at that time. You feel it's okay, we can wake up. But because of waking up hours during the late nights, a lot of hormones will be developed, especially the steroid, corticosterone hormones will be developed, which will lead to obesity. And if you are obese, definitely your immunity will come down. So take care of the quality of sleep. Try to sleep regular timings for the sleep. Try to make the environment very calm, very soothing before sleeping. Put some music. Don't look at the gadgets. Don't look at your mobile or any type of screen. At least half an hour before sleeping, you will get a very good sleep, undisturbed sleep. Next is stable emotional health. Don't take too much of stress, whatever is happening in life. Try to cut down your stress by some pranayam or yoga or meditation. There are variety of information is there on internet how you can come out of stress. So try to engage in some activity which will help you to improve your emotional health. And last but not least, movement. Try to be active throughout the day. I said throughout the day. Not that in the morning half an hour you have done the gym and then you can sit on the sofa whole day. Don't do that. Try to make your activity throughout the day. So these are some of the pillars of immunity. So what are the foods you can take? So already we have discussed, we can take the traditional spices. Lot of our spices are also having antiviral agents. You can take fermented foods which will improve your gut, your intestines. You can take a lot of vitamins, micronutrients, and you can also take the immunity boosting beverages. So there are a variety of spices you can take. I think all of you are familiar with this, like black pepper, cinnamon. Then you have the nigella seeds, turmeric. You can take haldi doodh, highly recommended. You take ginger, garlic. You can take different types of herbs. So you can go for that. You can go for prebiotics and probiotics. As I told you, you can go for different nuts, walnuts and oats or dark chocolates. Then for probiotic, you can go for the fermented traditional foods like idli, dosa, vada, fermented vegetables. You can go for lassi and also take care of some short chain fatty acids. So short chain fatty acids are very good for your gut. They will improve your immunity. So what kind of short chain fatty acids you can take is you can take ghee or you can take coconut oil. Nowadays we are more consuming flaxseed oils also. So you can take flaxseed oil. Then this is also highly recommended. I think all of you are familiar with this. This is Ministry of Ayush. They have prescribed this kadha. So this is also a immunity boosting beverage. So you can just consume this standard one cup size. You can use all this like tulsi, cinnamon, black pepper, ginger, black raisins. You can also use jaggery because it has iron content, fresh lime, and you can make this kadha and consume it for your immunity. Then you can look at the physical fitness, very important aspect. Just by eating nutritional food it is not enough. You have to exercise so that your system is fit enough and it is able to deal with the immunity well. Okay, so it can increase your immunity. So try to be active, go for some exercises. Research has shown that exercise can increase your WBCs and antibodies. So a person who is inactive and a person who is active, if you compare their immunity, give the same food, but you compare their immunity, you find the person who is active will have more antibodies because the exercise will trigger production of immune cells. Okay, it will trigger the production of immune cells that will boost up your immune system. So definitely I recommend exercise, but don't overdo it. We find some of the youngsters all the time they're hitting the gym, they're not taking adequate amount of food and they're just exercising. Don't overdo it also. Okay, so depending upon what is your fitness, you can plan your diet. Okay, you can just choose. As I told you in the beginning of my lecture, first thing is choose wisely. Second thing is lifestyle, and third thing is stress management. So choose wisely. Choose your diet. See that all the nutrients are there in your diet. You're having a proper balanced diet. Include more of fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. Increase the fiber also. So you can use lot of leafy vegetables. You can use cabbage. You can use coconut. Even the drumstick also nowadays they are promoting more of drumstick, moringa. Especially in South Indian sambas and all, you have lot of vegetables are there in that. Lot of spices are there. So that will take care of your digestive system. Always try to use foods which are having good fiber. Take care of the vitamins which are there, minerals. As per metabolism, you choose your diet. So you choose whether you are really active person means you can have little more of sweet, no problem because you are active. If you are not very active, you walk very less, or because of pandemic, suppose you were just restricted to a 3 room apartment, no place to walk only. That time what you can do is cut down on your carbohydrates, cut down on your sugars, fats, so that as per metabolism, you choose what food is required. If you are really active, you can take little more of sugar, no problem. But if you are not able to go for any physical fitness or your metabolism is slow, then don't do that. So you can be your own judge actually. As per your metabolism, you can plan your diet. Okay. Then you can also look at the lifestyle, try to change your lifestyle, get up early, sleep on time, be very active throughout the day, look at the physical fitness. Then last but not the least, eat local and seasonal food. That's what our Prime Minister is repeatedly telling us. Don't go, once in a while you can take a foreign food if you want, but don't go behind foreign foods in a mad rush. Look at the foods which are available to you in a local and seasonal manner and try to consume those foods only. So eat local and seasonal. Whatever fresh fruits you are getting in the season, try to take up those. Purchase the fruits, wash them thoroughly because we have to be safe, right? Wash them thoroughly, sanitize them properly, and then you consume it. So eat local and seasonal fruits. Next, what are the factors to avoid? Very, very important. Don't go for any fashionable diets or crash diets where they just ask you to take two almonds in a day and then take boiled water all day, or they just give you some powder, ask you to drink that powder all day. Don't eat only, just drink that powder. Don't go for any extreme kind of diets. You may lose weight at that time, but you will develop lot of diseases afterwards. So always see what kind of diet you are taking. Don't go blindly behind the fashionable whatever is there in the Google. Don't take out some diets from the Google and follow it. Try to be more wise. Okay, then don't go for any extreme starvation like some of the girls I told you. They just drink water when they are hungry. Don't do that. Don't kill your hunger. It will not take you anywhere. You will have lot of issues if you will kill your hunger. So keep this starvation out of your dictionary. Don't starve. Eat and try to become active. Okay. Don't go for only liquid diets. As I told you, just they'll give you some protein powder, mix it, and they'll tell whole day you keep drinking that also. Don't go for such diets. Excuse me. Then don't go for any packaged foods, processed foods, fast food culture. See, fast food culture is for those who don't have like resources to cook in the kitchen. In India, we have all the resources to cook. Okay, so if you are not having time to cook, you can hire somebody to cook, but don't take the out of packet foods. Okay, don't take processed junk foods. Avoid taking pizza, burger, all those junk foods because they will have high amount of salt. When you eat it, you don't feel it actually. For example, if you are taking one packet of chips, okay, if you look at, you will find that chips very spicy, but it will have monosodium glutarate. Okay, it will have different kind of hidden salts in it which will not be seen, but you will consume too much of salts. So try to avoid those packaged foods which have high content. You can look at the label of the food. It will show you how much salt is there, what kind of preservatives are used. So just try to hide that. Then hide the hidden sugars also. For example, if you look at the big biscuits, if you see, you will not feel that it is very sweet, but it will have corn syrup, maltose syrup, high fructose corn syrup. These syrups will be added to keep that biscuit from getting spoiled, like a preservative. Those are hidden sugars. So don't go for such packaged foods. Look at the cover. Fortunately, you will have a label there. In that label, you see what kind of sugars are being used, what are the preservatives which are being used, and you try to avoid those. So these are some of the important factors which you'll keep in mind if you want to be healthy. Don't go for any kind of extreme starvation. That is my sincere request to all of you, not only girls, boys, anybody who wants to be fit. Eat a healthy diet and be fit. Don't go for any extreme measures to be fit. Then again, I'll recommend one very important aspect. Eat your DNA. That means every person is having a unique genetic makeup. Okay, so according to your genes, what are the foods which suit you? What are the foods which will help you to be fit, not to gain weight? Choose those kinds of foods. So eat according to your DNA or eat your DNA. So look at your ancestors, what kind of foods they were eating. They didn't have too much of issues of diabetes and all. So try to make up like that. Make your plan in such a way that according to your region, according to your climate, according to your genes, you plan your food. So don't bring all foreign foods into your plate which you are not able to assimilate or not able to digest. It will simply lead to weight gain. Okay, so that is about tailoring made, or what you can say, the customized meal plan. Okay, so you can make a customized meal plan. So I have been practicing about customized meal plan. So this is my company, Appetite. So I have been giving services. So I am keeping customized diet plan as per Ayurvedic principles. So I've been trained in Ayurvedic women healthcare also. So these are some of the programs which I'm giving for my clients, like 3 months weight loss program. And according to the climate, according to the environment, I'll be, and also according to the individual, I'll be prescribing different types of diet plans. So I have a winter diet plan also currently going on. Then also I have short programs like 15 days skin and hair nutrition regime. So as per your Ayurvedic personality style, whether it is Vata, Pitta or Kapha, according to that, I will prescribe what kind of foods will make your skin better, prevent hair loss and other problems. And if you have been subjected to a lot of packaged food or processed food, there's a lot of toxins deposited in your body. So you can go for a 7-day detox plan. I also have 2 months diet program for especially for girls who are dealing with all hormonal imbalances, PCOD problems. And I have a diet plan for the sports nutritionists, like sports persons, athletes who want to focus on building their body, muscle strength. So this is my mail ID. If you have any doubts or anything you want to contact me, you can contact on this mail ID. I also have my Facebook and Insta page. It's called as Epidite. So I keep posting whatever plans are there. I also give you some food details, food information. So you can visit my page, can follow. So I just end my lecture here. So I want to thank the Janvi Group of Institution for giving me this opportunity. And to thank Shailaja ma'am and Bhavna ma'am. So I open for any kind of questions I can take up. If anyone interested, you can just post your questions in the chat box. I'll answer. So anyone interested can. So I got some questions. Okay. So got a question from Galaxy J2. I don't know what is the real name. Which oil is good for health? See, depending upon what is your background, whether you are a South Indian or a North Indian, in which region you are living, and what kind of oil you have been using in your kitchen. So there is not like one oil for all. Depending upon your state and depending upon, suppose if you are, for example, if you are a South Indian, Telugu and all, okay, so you can go for coconut oil, very good. Okay, you can also go for sunflower oil. So suppose if you're not getting coconut oil or you didn't like the taste of it, first choice you keep coconut oil. Otherwise, you can go for the sunflower oil, best. That is very good for the heart. Okay. Then how to grow height? So this is a question by Janvi. Suppose if you are in your adolescent state, growing state, take more of proteins during that growing stage. Growing stage in the sense from your 8th class to 11th class. Okay, during that age time, if you take good amount of protein, so what kind of proteins? If you are non-vegetarian, you can take all the non-veg diets, or you can take more of milk, badam, okay, soya protein, and exercise along with it. Then you will get to have a good height. Okay, so that correct age you should take up. Now after being adult, if you take, it won't help you that much, but otherwise it is good. Then what is the, there are so many questions here. You have to eat, what food to eat for PCOD. Okay, so I'll pick up some relevant questions. So for PCOD, I would recommend you to take up some kind of spices which will help you in your hormone production. Okay, for example, black pepper or barley, even the barley water also. If you take in a good amount, you will be able, or you take amla juice. These are the foods which will help you for good hormone balance, hormone production. Then you will have a very good opportunity to improve your PCOD. And Abhinav is a wrestler from national level and his weight is not gaining. Okay, so he is only 58, he says. Okay, so what you can do is you will have to increase your whey protein diet. Okay, so especially after your wrestling or after your exercise, that 60 minutes after your exercise are very, very good. During that time, if you take good proteins, then it will be very helpful for you to gain weight. Okay, so that is a crucial time. Don't starve yourself during that. During that time, you consume a whey protein milkshake. Okay, heavy big glass. So 60 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes after you exercise, you consume that milkshake. That will help you to grow your muscle, and it will also help you to gain weight. Next thing is you can take some almonds along with it. Okay, so you can also take almond milkshake. So I'm having a very, very many doubts are there. So someone is saying about weight loss. So again, it depends on the individual. What is your physical activity? How much calories you are burning throughout the day? Are you being active? Depending upon that, we can decide about your weight loss. But one thing is for sure: have an early dinner. Best remedy for your weight loss. Don't eat late at night. Okay, after sunset, max 7:30. If you have your dinner, that will really take care of your weight gain. Okay, so you'll not be able to gain more of weight. And then, as I already told in my lecture, try to keep all the junk food, packaged food, okay, sugary foods, sugary drinks, cold drinks, chocolates, all these things you try to avoid. So I'm saying, don't cut down suddenly, you may get a craving for it. Just small portion you take, slowly you reduce it. So like that, you should be able to lose your weight. And next thing is exercise. So if you are fit enough and if you are having all the resources, you go for a good proper exercise. Do some yoga or Surya Namaskar also is very good. Okay, at this age, if you do some Surya Namaskar or yoga, you will be able to lose your weight, be fit, and maintain it also. What should be for dinner? Say, generally, I would recommend you to take good amount of vegetables and small amount of rice or roti. So cut down on the amount of rice. Don't take too much of rice. Rice quantity you make less. Vegetable quantity you make more. That should be your dinner. Or if you're taking chapati also, it's fine. One chapati and take more of vegetables. Okay, don't increase the number of chapati, increase the number of vegetables. And drink lots of water after your dinner. Okay, move about, don't sleep. So if you're taking your dinner at 7:30, max 2 to 3 hours you should be active before sleeping. Okay, that is the gap. Then you will be able to have a proper weight loss. Okay, so I think I'm running out of time now. I should be closing. Shailaja ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Shall I wind up now?
Yeah, I think everybody have cleared their doubts, I suppose, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
most of them.
Most of them, okay.
Like some are repeat questions, so I just covered those topics already in the lecture, so I'm not telling it again. So
Okay.
I think I can stop at this.
Okay.
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 So
Okay, ma'am. I thank Shraddha ma'am for giving us a wonderful lecture on nutrition. Okay, this nutrition topic is a never-ending topic and which is very useful for each and every individual. Okay, and not only small kids to adult people also. Okay, and those people who don't take enough required amount of dietary food, which is required for the development of the body, for them it is a good one, good lecture, so that they will get into the now they will try to take enough required diet with and nutritious food which is required for their body development. Thank you once again for giving us this lecture, ma'am, and accepting our request again. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. It was my pleasure to address to the students. Thank you, Shailaja ma'am, and thank you, College Janvi College, for giving me this opportunity. It was good to know different doubts of the students and also make them clear about what good foods they should be choosing in their life. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Ma'am,
And
can I sign out now?
Yes, yes, ma'am, you can sign out. Thank you, thank you. You can sign out.
Thank you. Bye.
And students, I hope everybody have listened to this topic, and I think everybody will take nowadays now good food and required amount of nutritious food which is required for our body, and you maintain your health. And during this pandemic situation, everybody required enough amount of food. Okay, then students, I hope everybody enjoyed. No, so the thing is, what I want to say is, if any of your friends or relatives or anybody or interested in nutrition or any other life sciences like BT, biotechnology, biochemistry, genetics, and all those things which are there in our college, you can suggest our college and gain their knowledge. And as we have modular laboratories and highly equipments which are required for the practical sessions, everything, I hope everybody will learn more things from this college. So we can suggest if anybody require, we can suggest our college. Okay, thank you again, once again. Tomorrow we'll be with another session. Thank you very much. You can, we are ending now. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.
So this is for the radius. Like I thank Shraddha ma'am for being a part of the session, and the students who wanted to look forward for this part of the nutrition. We brought this into the consideration, and I thank our management for giving this opportunity for faculty members and also Shraddha Vyas ma'am to bring into this session. And students who are looking forward for this part of the session, this is like not only the part of the nutrition, we are also looking forward that if any of the student is looking forward for the nutrition, clinical nutrition, can also look forward for that. We as an Jahnavi group of institutions are having this course with us, that is BSc Nutrition. People can look forward for this, and do refer to the students who are looking forward for this part of the courses. So I again warmly thank each and everyone for being patiently to listen to this session. And this was an valuable session where you people can get to know health issues or anything else, how diet is playing an important role in our day-to-day life. because whatever end of the day we wanted to be successful, we wanted to be achieve, and we wanted to be settled somewhere, health is very important, and taking care of your health is very important. So that's what all we look forward in this part of the session. So what all the part of your amount of the calories and everything else, the completely the topic, you need to look forward that how you are going to maintain your health and your situation. So this is all for the day, the overview about the nutrition. And I again repeat that the students, please do stay at home, stay healthy, and always take care of yourself. And with that itself, we can be more successful into the our career. And again, I repeat that the students who, if someone is looking forward for any course of nutrition, BSc Nutrition, January group of institutions have this BSc Nutrition, Clinical Nutrition. Please do refer to the students if someone is looking forward for this of the course. So I thank my organization, my management for giving this wonderful opportunity where to interact with the different kind of the speakers who is giving us every day some of the valuable information that is helpful for our day-to-day life. So thank you one and all. This is all for the day. Let's sign up tomorrow, and we'll sign up around 9:45 for tomorrow's session, and 10 o'clock your session will be start. 15 minutes will be about the keynote about the session. The same link will be followed, and please do log in around 9:45. But we look forward for the tomorrow's session. Anything else? Bye bye. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay safe.